Hey there, everybody. This is Magnum Pi. I'm here with Teku, Golgotha, Vahilo, and Dark Templar, and we are Initiative Zero. And this is Rifts, the face of evil, the first inaugural actual Rifts adventure that was ever published, and we're going through it again for nostalgia's sake. Nostalgia's sake. A nostalgia steak wouldn't be bad either, I guess. But nostalgia.
Vampires.
Oh, steak.
Well, it depends. Is it a wood steak or a T-bone? I don't know. Well, we all know that DT's got lots of steak.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyway, we're glad that you're with us. We're glad that you've joined us once again. If you like us, hit the bell. If you really like us, maybe toss a comment or two down below. And if you really, really, really like us, hit subscribe. And if you extra really super like us, how about recommending us to one of your friends and somebody else that you know would love to listen to Rifts, because those recommends really help the channel. We keep growing, and we'd love to make sure that everybody gets a good taste of some good RPG fun. How's everybody doing there?
Aside from my head cold, I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good. Got a lot of booze here, so it's going to be fantastic.
Oh no, I'm bracing myself already.
Yeah, I went to a Christmas concert earlier, so I'm going to need one or two of these bad boys.
Oh, those seasonal illnesses are great.
I'm feeling good. I
right.
can't speak for the other two here.
Fun with an emphasis on FU.
Yeah, well, as Senate and Sir Luke, are played through headfuls of snot, Portland will be played through alcohol, and Lex just, I don't know, stone sober. I don't know, whatever Vahilo's got up his sleeve there.
I could do two things.
Are you going to tell us what those two things are? Or?
Oh, I'm surprised that the noise canceling on Discord. I'm surprised that you guys didn't hear the Guinness pop there.
Oh, I heard it. I just didn't know if that was what you were referring to.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
You could be sick and drunk. It's allowed.
It is. It totally is. All right, but I'm sure they don't want to hear our banter. Let's hop back into things. You guys are in the Relic, which is futuristic Hamilton, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but what they've done is they've rebuilt the city to be very much like 21st century Hamilton, except you've got the added bonus of, all of the different magic and technologies and stuff like that floating around in the city. You had previously found armor again, which is good. You've stowed all your stuff with James T. and the Big Boss ATV, where that's been parked safely. And you sit with Old Jack, Rasputin, and Sly in kind of a cafe sort of place. You're sitting in a back corner around a rather largish table. Old Jack says, well, now that we have our equipment that we're going to need, we need to get our heads around just how we're going to accomplish this heist. We want to destroy He. We're going to need some heavy ordnance. And nobody's got heavier ordnance than the Coalition. And I just happened to know, when we were passing through Relic, just before we headed down to Trapper's Cove, I caught wind that the Coalition's setting up shop in another small community.
I thought you were going to suggest we take out the Coalition on the way.
That's a good idea. Let's take out the Coalition on the way then.
Well,
that might be a bit more than we could chew.
Not all of them, but some of them. And so he draws a small rendition of the area that you are currently in. And Old Jack points to a few spots. He says, right here, that's the Relic. But over here are two small towns. Both of them human supremacist. That one there is called Hope. And Hope is a pretty predominant place. It's not too bad when it comes to trade and the like. But the other one beside it, that's the one that we're interested in. This one here, This one is Unity. And Unity is a little bit smaller. About 2/3 the size of Hope. Not nearly as strong and as independent as Hope. So they've invited the coalition in.
Hmm.
Yeah. It seems that, well, both towns are comprised of militant human supremacists. They've run all the DBs out of town, and they raid and kill those who resist or show any defiance. And so if they've settled nearby, the town will send out raiders to keep them moving. There's usually several dozen groups of half a dozen to a dozen townspeople that'll go out regularly hunting DBs and hunting DB lovers. That's the kind of towns you're dealing with here. They don't take out Psy Stalkers though, because they're so numerous, and since the coalition accepts them, they accept them as well. They try to stay away from Laszlo. They don't want to go that far down the coast of the lake because, well, they see it as a city of sin and depravity. But that doesn't mean they're not going to work against it because of all the monsters and men of magic that live there. But once in a while, they'll put together joint raids to go in and take out some of the outlying towns and merchant caravans for Laszlo. And essentially, they're a big pain in the ass. But with all of that activity, they need ammo, and they're a good spot to sell. For the most part, they both subsist on fishing, hunting, and a bit of farming and logging. But both towns have ports. So New Hope has a very substantial one, and it does a lot of regular lake trade with pirates and freebooters and mercs. I've traded there myself before getting involved with the sideshow. Unity has pretty good relationship with Ironheart and keeps them informed about things that are happening in Laszlo. It's a little bit closer. That's the one that we're going to be raiding. See, the City of Iron up here, they really want to be able to have access to the trade going on the Great Lakes. So Unity's become an outpost. And that outpost has a weapons depot. And that weapons depot is going to have everything that we need. So that's
Do we know
where we're
the
going to
number of
strike.
people? Do we know the numbers guarding it?
I don't, but I know somebody in town that does. A friend of mine. We go back a bit. He's
Trust this friend of yours?
no, but that's all part of the business. He and I ran some good smuggling. He's more of a pirate than he is a merc. He maintains a good number of ships on the lake here, and he kind of knows the goings on of the ins and outs of the ports. He'll be able to keep us quite informed of what's going on there. Like I said, we stopped in just a little while ago, and I got the update on what's going on in Unity. The Coalition are present, but the numbers and just how many, I don't know yet. That said, it's a small outpost. They're probably using it as a recon depot. So that doesn't mean it's always going to be manned.
True. All right. Well,
How do they feel about people like me?
Well, you see, that's the ticket. Rasputin and Sly here, they're ex-coalition. You're ex-coalition. The way I figure it, they probably have a dog boy patrol. We jump one of them, get you armored up and outfitted properly. You could get in, along with one of the boys here. And he kind of pats Sly on the shoulder.
Well, they're not going to take too kindly to me, I assume, being coalition.
Well,
I sort of stand out like a sore thumb.
the three of you, if they've got a bunch of Psy Stalkers, they could probably smell you a mile away. And Rasputin nods easily.
Would Mind Block prevent that?
No,
I thought there was one which would have prevented that.
that's what is it like? It's hide psychic ability or something like that. There is a power that does it, but it's not Mind Block. It's Mask, ISP, and Psionics. That's what would do it for you. And then if Portland were psychic and he had Mask PPE, then that would also help.
Yeah, well, I've got Mask, ISP, and Psionics, so I should be able to pass. I won't say it that way. I'll say I should be able to pass without issue.
Well, if you can mask yourself, that's one thing, says old Jack. But I figured that you and Portland and Sir Luke might actually make a good diversion.
Also, what do you need us to do?
You ever see a moving target?
Yeah,
Sounds like that.
Yeah. Well, I've been in moving targets, so that's fair.
Yeah, you guys
You
draw.
guys-
You're experienced.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hard to miss. Well, I'm hard to hit, but I'm also hard to miss.
That makes no sense.
It did in my brain.
Well,
Portland shakes his head.
the way I look at it is, if the three of you make enough of a psychic or magic disturbance, you're going to attract that patrol. You
Just
attract.
have me do it.
You might be big enough to do it, I guess. I don't know how powerful you are. I just figured that with 3 psychics or 3 magic users, you'd be a bigger target to attract them. That's all.
I'm just going to set an ambush.
And then
Is there a
we
ley
said,
line anywhere near there?
no. That's why they chose those places.
If there was, it'd be game over.
Well, that's
Oh.
why I ask. I'm a big fan of the easy way out.
Fair enough.
No, they've been steering clear of ley lines.
I'm not sure if we need to have Senate here. He could definitely be more useful with you guys than if it's just myself and Sir Luke here.
True, it's possible. I was
You
figuring
need
if
my
we...
meat shield.
Well, I was figuring if we can attract the dog boy patrol, we could take them out. Once we take them out, we can suit up Sly in the armor. As long as we take him out clean, we can suit up Sly in the Psy Stalker armor, suit up Lex in one of the dog boy armor, and they can
Are you
get
okay
in.
with that, Lex?
That was my next question. How do you feel about turning barrel on fellow dog boys?
That's what I just said.
How do I feel?
How do you feel about?
Well, I mean, they're coalition. I mean, I've had enough dog boys shooting at me. I mean, I can't. I don't know. I know that they're not in charge. I know that they're just doing what they're told to do. So, it's hard, right?
Yes, that's why we're asking you how you feel about it. I'm putting your concerns first before I kill all of them.
I mean, if it's
me kill all of them.
if we have to track down he, and this is a step that we have to track down he, then it's a necessary step.
Agreed.
If we could avoid as much killing as possible, that would be nice, but we'll see what we could do.
But I don't think they're willingly going to give their armor, or so. One of those take it from my cold dead hands.
Pause. Yeah, pause.
Well, says old Jack, if there's some way we can make it clean, we don't have to necessarily kill them, but incapacitate them even. That's not bad.
Well, that's rather a specialty of mine.
Well, I also saw the line walker here stick down some robots pretty good. So, it seems like it's a specialty of a lot of you.
When you're good at something, you're good at something. Never do it for free.
Yeah, if we can make it clean, then we can, they don't necessarily want to lose their lives either, if you know what I mean. So we make it clean, we get them to give up their armor, and then we just need to make sure that we're canceling radio transmission. And Sly, you're good at that, right? And he nods. It's like, yeah, I can jam a signal. Good. We do that, then we can get people into the base. The rest of us, well, we can handle anything that might be on the outside. Now, boys, what do you think? What do you think a standard recon layout's going to look like? And Rasputin kind of puts both elbows on the table and leans forward and he says, if they're following standard deployment, a remote depot like that would probably have a dog boy patrol and a light mechanized squad as well. Could have additional troops, but at least those two. So you're probably looking at a half dozen SAMAS power armor, maybe a UAR 1 or 2, and, well, possibly some troops with sky cycles. They're going to have aerial patrols.
How often do you think those patrols go by? Like if there's a dog boy patrol, how much time do you think we have to take them out?
Well, I don't know. Depends what they're doing. I mean, dog boy patrols tend to be long range and sent out for quite a duration. So we'd want to, if they're not present, we'd want to move fast to try to get access to the place. If they are present, well, wait till they're deployed, and then jump them once they're deployed. As far as the SAMAS patrol, they'll probably form a perimeter and send them out. I'd imagine they'll probably have the SAMAS flying out over the lake as well. If they have UAR ones, they'll basically use them as stationary sentries. They're tall, they've got good optics, thermal imaging, plus a hell of a railgun and missile system. So, yeah.
So we want to stay clear of that.
Well, we'll have to get past that. They'll station those as sentries near the depot.
Well, I mean, until after we get the armor. Sneaking past it is one thing, but
Do we go
open
under it?
conflict doesn't seem advisable.
And just so you guys understand what
Could we dig down and make a tunnel?
You just want to dig.
you
Dig
could.
under.
This is a UAR 1. So
Badly.
it is, yeah, it usually has two guys that are sitting inside the chest that run the thing. The actual picture in the book shows a standard sized dude coming up just below the knee on this. So it's about 4 men high, almost 20 feet tall. It's got missiles hanging off the shoulder over here. It's got missiles in each shoulder. It's got a railgun. It's got laser turrets. And it has a smoke dispenser as well as a mini missile launcher there. This up here is its optics. 1 or 2 of those stationed will be a good sentry to keep the place secure for sure.
I like to have
I think Sir Luke can take it, I'll be honest.
I was going to say, I'd like to get a better idea of the numbers, but I mean,
And these are SAMAS power armor. They don't fly high, but they fly fast. Rail guns, mini missile launcher on the forearm of the opposite arm.
it'd be really handy right now.
What would be
Glitter boy.
a glitter boy would be really handy. Yeah. No glitter boys.
No one of those.
No glitter boys. No. Now, we do, says old Jack, have a suit of Samson power armor. Sly's armor didn't take that much damage. It's still functional. We didn't sell that one off. We only sold off what's left of the robot and the highly damaged Samson, but we still have one suit of power armor, which if piloted by Sly or Rasputin, that can give us some added firepower. Or at least it can start tangling with those UAR ones.
You like your chances against one of those UARs?
Not particularly, says Sly. I'd rather get past it without it noticing we're there.
Mm-hmm.
But if we have to light it up, we light it up. Again, it'll draw it away. The Samson's pretty mobile compared to a UAR-1. It's those SAMAS power armor that we got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
If they're out on patrol, all it takes is a radio signal to get them back.
Okay, so we do this thing and we get Portland in. Or sorry, not Portland, we get Lex in. What are we looking for?
Fusion blocks, says old Jack. Type 3 fusion blocks. If they don't have Type 3, we go for Type 2. But we're looking at blowing he to smithereens, bringing down his subterranean whatever around his ears. And a fusion block will do that. Get as many of those as we can get. Oh no, as many as we can get. If you can find any other heavy ordnance, you might as well grab that too. Missile launchers, plasma ejectors. If you can find any coalition fire breathers, says Rasputin. They pack quite a punch. laser rifle and grenade launcher combination.
Or whatever he could carry out that goes boom.
Well, if we can get our hands on explosives, that can hit a large number of targets in one shot. So those are useful. But the fusion blocks are the key to really bringing the place down. Put those on the supports, it won't stand. Fusion blocks do a hell of a lot of damage.
So fusion blocks are the priority. Everything else is gravy.
That's right.
Now, what kind of chance is there of trying to finesse our way in, looking like locals, just basic humans, getting as close as we can and trying to sneak in?
Both of the Psy Stalkers shake their heads. Coalition aren't going to let anybody into their depot. Not when it's there for resupply. No.
All right, so are we going to do this?
Well, we got to get there first, and that's where Okaro comes in.
Ooh.
He's my connection.
Can't just take our speedsters and our big boss ATV. We got somebody else.
No, we want to go in quiet, like he can get us in by water.
When do we leave?
We got to see if he'll do it first. He's going to want to cut. We should be meeting him in about 20 minutes. Got to make our way down to the docks. I wouldn't bring anything that makes yourself look like a threat.
I'm side-eyeing Sir Luke already.
I'm
Get back in the bin. I want to see you fold yourself up into the 2x2 bin.
I'll make myself look as small as possible.
You ever see
Yeah.
that picture of the elephant hiding behind a light post after they
Yeah.
caught it stealing sugarcane? Yeah, it's gonna look like that.
I don't know. Yeah, that might my efforts might not be entirely successful, but
All right, cool. So if there's nothing you guys need to build up for yourselves,
Are we just going to walk down to the docks?
pretty much.
Okay. I didn't know if it would be worth it to put my my vibro blades in the ATV and then just drive the ATV down so all of our stuff is there when we need to go.
Well, we could do that. The downside of that is that if things don't go well, all of our stuff is there. Which means he could use that as leverage.
And we have all, but then we have all of our stuff
Yeah,
versus leaving it in the ATV on some random street where somebody could just come by and take it.
well, it's in a secured spot, so.
And they'd be plenty surprised when James T comes flying out.
Well, that's the other thing.
I mean,
I
don't
don't.
freak me the hell out.
Old Jack's like, I want to keep Jimmy under wraps. If Okaro, if he sees Jimmy, he'll know his value. He won't care what we want to do. He won't want to cut of anything except him.
Hmm.
Jimmy's technology that nobody's got. And, well, you locked those doors on that ATV, I hope.
yeah, I did.
Hope he's not stupid enough to try to leave.
All right, well, I guess I'll go drop off these hooked vibro blades if we don't want to appear threatening.
Sounds
Just
good.
curious, how close is this guy to you?
Like I said, we go way back. We've done a lot of work together, which means can't trust him, but he won't.
To work with them.
Yeah, I can work with him.
Okay. Good to know.
All right. So you drop those things off. And the seven of you walk toward the bay.
I'm going invisible. Can I do that?
You could cast a spell if you want, yeah.
Okay.
So essentially you're approaching the docks district by the time sun's down. Now it is cooler. It's not the leaves aren't completely off all of the trees yet, but the days are getting shorter. The winds are picking up, fall winds, and so there's some chop on the bay there. You walk around following old Jack's lead, and he leads you down toward an older part of the docks. There's some warehouses and some piers and the like. They aren't in the greatest of repair, but they're still functional. There's still boats moored on the piers and the like, and the people are still active and doing work. But it's kind of that time of day where people are heading home. They're not going to be working in the dark. So it's there's a cool breeze coming off the off the bay. It smells of fish and it's got that maritime sort of odor to it. And
Is this Pier 4?
I don't know which. Is that a particularly good pier? I don't know.
It's in the north of Hamilton.
Oh,
It's quite popular.
okay. Well,
I have a feeling that there's an inside bit here.
It's got docks, I should say.
I see. All right.
I feel like this is the only place you would have gone to, actually. If I really think about it in Hamilton, this would have been the only place you would have gone to.
All right.
Anyways.
So, interestingly enough, several hundred years into the future, it is labeled Pier 4. There you go. And yeah. And old Jack leads you guys to a warehouse that's kind of situated on a rather large dock in the center. And he grabs with his bionic hands, he grabs onto a big steel door and pulls it to the side, and it kind of makes a bit of a scraping sound and the like it hasn't been opened in quite some time. Just opens it wide enough for everybody to kind of walk in, one after another. He heads in. He looks over at Rasputin and Sly, and then looks to Lex. You boys sense anything? And well, Lex, I'll let you do any sensing that you want to do.
All right. I'm going to do my. I was thinking just my superior sense of smell to see if I smell anything that's like that I shouldn't smell. Like if there's any other humans or any other DBs or anything like that. And then I would think to maybe recognize my psychic scent.
So it allows you to recognize and accurately identify common, like known smells, including gases, foods, animals, and the like. And specific odors you can also recognize, which are particular people that you know, right? Like, or particular substances that you know. So, which one are you trying to look for?
I'm kind of thinking like walking in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be anything that I know.
So common then.
Like walking in here, kind of knowing the smell of the dock and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then just seeing if there's any other animals, any other.
Yep. So
things.
so you can do superior sense of smell common, and you're going to be, again, because of the added odors of the place, minus 10%.
So I need a 60.
Yeah, you're too overwhelmed by the smells in this place to really recognize anything out of, beyond the scent of, the musty smell of the warehouse and the rusted metal and the damp and fish and the like. That's all you're really picking up here as you smell around.
So I'll just say to old Jack, yeah, I can't smell anything out of the ordinary, old Jack.
All right.
Could I throw up my mask ISP if we're trying to look non-threatening?
Yeah, for sure.
Because we might not be the only ones walking around with dog boys and side stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 10 minutes per level, so we got time.
Yeah, so you don't smell anything in particular that you are aware of, but old Jack looks over to Rasputin and Sly, and they both kind of nod. Lex, you also nod. Your ability to sense isn't as sensitive as a psi stalker, but there's definitely psychic and magic energy here that's other than Portland. He's using a power right now, so it's kind of dulling that sense a little bit. But if you wanted to, you could attempt to roll to see if you can track it to its source. You're at a minus 10% though because of the energies and being expended near you.
No.
Yeah, and the two Psy Stalkers look at each other and nod, and they both point toward a stack of crates about halfway down the warehouse. In the center of the warehouses, they're stacked. They're probably man-sized crates, and they're stacked about 4 high. Some spots 3 high, some spots 4 high, but they kind of form a bit of a wall, and they both kind of nod their heads in that direction there. Let's watch ourselves here, guys. Supposed to meet us here. Keep an eye out.
Has he ever flaked on you before?
Oh, only one time. We don't want to worry about that.
I'm going to take a little stroll outside, just around the perimeter.
Okay, so you exit the warehouse and start to walk
you're
around.
invisible, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very invisible.
He is. Walk around the outside. Old Jack and the two Psy Stalkers begin to approach the crates in the center of the warehouse.
I'll accompany them.
Okay. Senate, Lex.
Stay with old Jack.
All right.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm picturing a little worm to come out who's extremely smart with glasses. So I'll hop onto the crate. Hi, guys.
But he's like super vulgar, so he's like, ah, fuckers.
That's right.
Cigar as big as he is. I also imagine that old Jack is constantly being rained on, regardless of what's happening around him, based on his picture.
That's right. Constant.
He's got
He
a
brings-
3x3 cloud overhead.
That's it. It's just always. But yeah, so you guys approach, and he and the two Psy Stalkers go left around the side of the crates. He nods for the three of you to go right.
All right.
Okay. When you come around to the other side, you see that, there's a space between some crates that leads you into the area of the crates, almost like the opening of a bit of a maze of crates.
Well, this is fun.
Your corn maze, only horrifying. Well, that's...
And again, I'll
I
look to
use
old
my,
Jack and say, is this a normal sort of thing? Does he have a sense of humor, maybe?
Well, he went to the other side of the crates, so are you calling over to him, or...
Oh, no.
Okay.
Can
Well,
I
I'm
use
gonna-
my detect ambush?
Sure, you can roll Detect Ambush. Yeah, so this would be a great way of setting up an ambush. So, basically making people move into following a particular path with, people could be perched up top on the crates looking down into the path. There could be people watching to see when you've finally gone into the path to close it off. All sorts of great
Yep.
potential
Leading
here
to
for
the
an
kill
ambush.
zone.
Yeah.
How tall are these crates stacked?
Like I said, they're man-sized, and there are 3 to 4 crates high.
And am I standing with Sir Luke at this point?
Yeah, how tall? What kind of man-sized?
Not Sir Luke and not Lex, so probably around Senate size.
So if there's 6 feet, and there's 3 to 4 of them, 18 to 24 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Could Sir Luke throw me?
I was going to say, yeah, I've got
Up on
sense of
top of
balance.
them?
So if you want to huck one of us.
Yeah,
Right.
if you
You could do that,
Like
although
I have
you-
climbing, so if
I was
you
gonna
could
say-
throw me and I could reach the top. and
the
pull
better
myself
thing
up.
would be for you to climb, I think, than for him
I
to
also
throw
have
you.
climbing,
You have he has Senate has telekinesis, but
I could climb too.
yeah, like
Well, I turned off telekinesis in good faith, and here we are in the maze of box. So
well, you haven't entered in yet, right? You're just standing at the entrance to the side of the crates.
yeah.
Well, my climbing is at 80, so I could certainly climb if people want, and I could take the high road, and you guys could wait down there.
I could climb up to the top and throw a rope down.
Yeah, I could do that, but
For anybody who
Yeah,
can.
these crates aren't very sheer, right? Like they're not stacked so that they're edge to edge. Like they're stacked roughly that way, but there are handholds, and you could ascend the crates, right? Like Lex might need to leap to
Very well,
grab
here.
onto an edge and pull himself up and things like that, whereas Sir Luke can probably just reach above 4 crates and pull himself, like.
Well, here we go. I'm gonna start climbing them.
I'll climb as well.
Okay.
Oh, I see things being rolled.
Yeah.
I made it.
So, well, you made it up halfway, basically. Yeah.
All right, so I should probably roll as well.
Well,
Sure. Each of you can give me a roll, and then I'm going to.
I actually
get another one for the other half.
I fucking failed.
So you didn't fail. You climbed about halfway up, but as you did, you basically kind of your foot kicked off a chunk of the wood that splinters and crack. Like it's a really loud like crack, and then clunk 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 as it falls to the floor and kind of clatters on the floor. So you did climb. You just didn't climb as you intended.
Yeah, it's not as stealthily.
Yeah. Senate, how we doing?
Hearing all the clattering, do I hear any response from in the maze?
Nope.
I'm sure there's a no-brainer.
Well, in that case, yeah, no, we'll drop mask PP or mask ISP,
Yeah.
and I will telekinesis myself up there because that seems a whole lot cooler, honestly.
Yeah. Cool.
I just need to master that like look of superiority as I do it.
Just like kind of like Magneto, just floating up there with.
It's very Count Dooku, I think.
Oh, okay. Like crossing
Yeah.
your arms in front of your chest and just floating up, or what?
Yeah. Oh no! Whenever I fly, it's T-pose. Like you have to assert dominance.
Okay. All right. We'll hop
Just
out
wait till
to.
I start wait till I start carrying you, because it's going to look like Bethesda physics if you've ever played a Bethesda game where you're facing sideways while walking but flying at high speed forward.
All right, so we'll jump out to Portland, who is roaming around the side of the warehouse here.
Mhm.
And are you
Just
looking for
wanna see
anything?
if there's any- Yeah, I'm looking for perhaps indication that other people are here or have been here recently,
Yeah, sure.
besides us.
Yeah. So you are you just strolling? Are you prowling? Are you moving quickly? Like,
I'm moving pretty quickly.
okay, cool. So you kind of give
It's kind
a
of odd that we haven't seen anybody yet, so now I'm gonna get around and get back to my comrades and let them know what's going on.
yeah. So you give
Okay.
you give a jog around back, and what you see parked around back is there's a hover cycle parked out back, as well as a car, like an automobile of sorts. A rather nice automobile. It's in good shape.
Fair
And
enough. Is there anyone in it?
nope, they're both empty or unoccupied.
Okay. I'll put my hand on the hood of the vehicle. Is it still warm?
I don't know. It's a metal hood in October, so it would have dissipated the heat rather quickly. Do you have any, like, the hood of the vehicle is not super warm. It feels about the same temperature as the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If I look in the car, do I see any like weapons or anything that
No.
would be like, this is a red flag?
No. There's nobody left their plasma cannon lying around or anything like that. So
But are the doors locked?
yeah, and there's a little flashing light inside as well.
Little flashing light. I'm gonna go to one of the rear tires.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take my survival knife and puncture one of the tires.
Okay. So you slash a tire. There you go.
Yeah. Just one tire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go over to the. As you said, there's a hover cycle or something. Sorry.
Yeah. You go over to the hover vehicle. Yeah, the hover cycle.
Okay. Now I do have some knowledge of hover cycles.
You know how to pilot them. Yeah.
But would I know whether it's been recently used?
Well,
Right. Very recently.
Well, just by the fact that it's not got any dust on it, probably. Like it doesn't look like it's, the ground around it looks like it's been parked there recently.
Is
All the debris has been blown away by the hover jets and things like that. So
is there a mini trunk or anything, like a little mini compartment, storage compartment? Anything?
this one would have a bit of storage. Yeah, this model would probably have storage.
Is it sure? Is it accessible?
Well, it's it's probably locked, but
What kind of lock is it?
it would be the standard lock for the vehicle. So some sort of mag lock of some sort.
Do I know whether the lock is easy to pry or?
It would be pretty
bypass?
difficult to pry. They're designed to not, they're designed that you can park it and nobody's going to be able to easily take what you've stored in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at the vehicles, is there a line of sight of where these people may have gone in besides the way that we went in?
Well, behind you is the back side of the warehouse, which has a small access door.
But that's not where we came from.
No, you've walked around the warehouse.
Okay, so I'm going to go in that section. I'm going to walk through that section.
Okay, so you walk up to the access door then?
Correct, yeah.
All right, it's closed. You want to try to open it? And if so, do you want to do
Yes.
it with, like, by prowling or?
I do
Okay.
not prowl.
So you're just opening it up as quiet as you can without any skill. That's fine. You just go quiet and slow and step in, trying to make sure that it doesn't make as much sound as possible.
Okay.
And when you walk in, you see ahead of you a large pile of, like I said, man-sized crates in the center of a large warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, what would you like to do?
I believe I can hover.
Well,
levitation. I have levitation.
Okay, now
To
levitate
raise
is just
himself or other people or an object straight up into the air, suspended there and hover 60 feet.
yeah, but it's just straight up and down. It's no horizontal motion.
Oh, I just go up.
Yeah,
That might be nice to get a lay of the land, though.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
He's gonna fly up and see me T-posing while floating in the air.
well, I was just going to say when you do walk in, what you hear is I guess it would be after this second set of rolls. So Senate, you've made your way to the top there, and Lex and Sir Luke, another set of climbing checks.
There we go.
All right.
What? I didn't roll again?
You just
How am
threw
I-
your foot right
Yeah.
through the box.
How am I sucking at this?
So this time, because you're trying to get that footing again, there's Sir Luke, but you hit the spot where it broke off before and your foot slides. I need you to give me another successful climb check or you fall. So
Jesus Christ,
Oh.
this is so dumb.
I don't want you to eat shit, but I think it'd be much funnier if you ate shit. Come on, 99.
there you go. See,
Oh, fucking thank God.
so yeah, you do slip, you fall, but you do grab onto the side of the crate. You make a good amount of noise, yeah, Senate, are you landing on top of one of these crates, or are you already on top of one of these crates, or what?
I don't know that I need to land on these
No,
crates.
you're
I
just
kinda-
floating. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
cool.
disappointed with myself.
All right, so DT, as you begin to cast a spell, you hear basically hear thump 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 thump, and you look over and you can see a T-posing Senate floating up near the top of one of the crates. Lex just pulling himself up on top of one of the crates, and Sir Luke hanging off the side.
Okay.
I took one turn to get up there. They took two. So would I be making a perception roll once I'm up there?
Not necessarily. I can just tell you what you see. I just didn't know how fast
okay.
you levitated. You used telekinesis. I just didn't know how fast you were going. That's all.
Oh yeah,
So-
no, I'd not want to draw it out particularly.
Okay, so
How
you
close
were just
how
waiting
close
up
are
there
these
for them to get up there. Okay.
We
Yeah.
have the amazing Atlantean noise machine here, so still out the window anyway.
I really I've got an 80. Like how do you miss with that twice in a row? Once I
I've
can
never,
get
I've
twice
never
in a
seen,
row.
I've never seen someone stack Tic Tacs 7 feet tall just to make that much noise.
Jeez.
Are you kidding me? I believe there was a Darkness game that we played that you could not get up the side of like a cliff.
That was me. That was me.
That was
Yeah, that wasn't me.
that was
Yeah,
me. I felt
You failed to turn after turn. You failed up like 4 times in that one. It was insane.
Yeah. So, so Teku, your what Senate sees as you kind of float there is that the crates are several layers thick, and there's a small pathway that's been created that leads to an opening in the center. From your angle, you can't see down into the opening in the center, but that's where the pathway sort of leads.
Okay.
So, Lex, you pull yourself on top of a crate. You look down over the side. You can see Sir Luke dangling by one arm as he regains his footing.
My character is going to try to make this look like he intended to do that. It's
He's
very
dangling
casual.
by one arm, but he's so tall he's only 3 inches off the floor.
Can I throw a hand down to help
God.
him?
You throw a 40-foot rope, just like 39 feet of it hit him in the face.
My pride has been very bruised by this.
Yeah, so I'll
Yeah, if he throws a hand down, I'll take it.
You're too far below. He's made 2 successful
Jesus.
climb checks. You made 1, then you slipped and fell, and you're
I'm
like,
that far below.
yeah, like he's a whole other crate ahead of you. Like, so you're
Can
gonna
I
have to.
repel up? I want to repel
Oh
up.
my
I can
god.
repel easier.
You just need to make a successful climb check or 2, and you should be able to do this.
All right. Can I roll again, or do I have to wait?
Oh no, you can make your rolls now. I mean, Lex can lay down on top of the
Right,
crate and
right.
reach down with his very short arm for when you get close to the top.
Holy
Hey.
shit!
So,
I almost missed that. I missed that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Good thing I didn't give you a
was gonna
penalty.
say,
You should just stop this recording now.
I was gonna say, Magnum. No, I'll put my tail over the edge, so I'll just kind of squat over the edge.
I don't think you want my 365 pounds.
Yeah,
holding
on your
up
tail.
No, I'm just putting my ass in your face.
I don't know if that helps. I think it is the opposite, in fact.
Well, no, he's a dog boy, right? So that's like a greeting almost.
Okay, so you've made it halfway up now. Give me one more roll here.
Oh, come on, please.
No,
Please.
I will lean over though and offer like my hand, even though if I can't reach him at all.
Are you kidding? You were that close to failing.
I know.
All right, one more roll, man.
Holy God!
I thought that was an 85 at
I
So
first.
did
that was
I.
it.
So did I.
That was it.
Are you
Higher
kidding? Oh
thought.
my God!
All right, so so you make your way up. You kind of push the dog out of the way, and you pull yourself up to the top of the crates. DT, you see similar to what Sir Luke sees, or sorry, what Senate sees in Sir Luke and Lex. You also note the same sort of layout, that there's a pathway made between the crates leading to some sort of central area that is not filled with crates.
So let's walk along the top to get a overhead view of that central area.
Okay, so Lex, you make your way. Are you prowling? Or are you just walking?
Yeah,
With an
I'll
attempt,
try
or-
and prowl.
Okay.
Like at
I
least
shall-
we'll see how I do or
Yeah.
how other people do once somebody blows our cover.
I shall also prowl.
Oh,
All right.
God, here we go.
Oh, this is not good. This is not a good. Okay, this is 50-50. Oh, geez. I got that. That's
Yeah.
nice.
So you guys are both rather quiet. You stay low to the top of the crate as you move along there. Senate, you don't really make any sound, but
I was gonna say, do you need a stealth to
no.
otherwise silently float?
Yeah, it's just that if you don't position yourself correctly, somebody could see if they make a perception or something like that. But it's up
That's
to
fair. If you want, I'll
you.
gladly make a
It's
roll.
totally up to you. Yeah.
Well,
it's
no,
not.
I mean everybody else is being quiet.
It's not just about being quiet. It's about being unseen too.
Well, yeah,
So,
everybody else is prowling, so I will
Yeah.
try and keep that going. Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, so you're not able to necessarily stay out of line of sight if somebody were to look up, but you don't make much sound.
Yeah.
Cool. So you
My cloak is
guys,
flapping in the wind.
there you go. Portland, anything?
Do I see anything else while I'm up there?
You just see these guys kind of creeping forward. Again, your angle is not such that you can see down into the the hole in the middle of these crates.
I'll land back down and start moving toward it then.
Okay, cool. As these guys creep forward, you'll make your way toward that opening where two crates, basically they have a space between the two crates that's basically shoulder width apart. You could go in there, or you could make your way up like they have. Your choice.
I'm going to go in between.
Okay, so you walk in.
Yeah.
The two of you that have crept to the edge of the crates at the top, you peer over and you look down and you see there is kind of like a makeshift sort of desk made out of some pallets and other like barrels and stuff like that. A man is sitting down on a barrel. Behind it, two guys stand beside him. One is a ley line walker, looks similar to Portland. The other is a juicer. The juicer has a rifle over his shoulder. He kind of stands there staring, kind of looks a little bit out of it. And the ley line walker is kind of looking at his fingers and such, and you see standing in there as well are Old Jack, Rasputin, and Sly on the other side of the table. You, interestingly enough, don't have any sound. You can't hear anything that's going on down there.
Can we tell that they're talking?
Yeah, they look like they're speaking.
So it's obviously some sort of sound dampener system.
And yeah, Old Jack looks to the two Psy Stalkers and they kind of shrug. And one of them, Rasputin, looks up towards Senate and looks back down and kind of sighs.
And I quizzically look at him and then gesture to the recently exploded boxes behind us as though, yes, this is what's giving us away.
Dark Templar, you wind your way between the crates and you walk into basically the path opens into the central area where you see this scene, except not from above but from beside. You note that you don't hear anything. Do you want to keep moving forward?
Yep.
Okay, you walk forward and immediately as you pass the barrier there between the crates, the sound comes back. Yeah, you walk in and both Psy Stalkers kind of stir and look around a little bit as they sense you come closer. But they don't say anything. "Where are they, Jack?" says the man at the desk. "I don't know," he says. We kind of split to go around the pile, and I don't know where they went to. This isn't good.
Did we, like, given that that Sly kind of looked up at us, can we just, like, I would be thinking that I would just jump down if Sly saw exactly who we were, where we were.
Yeah, it's quite the jump down. It's quite the jump down, right? Like you're like 3 or 4 crates high.
Would that be my gymnastics?
It would be. I would say you would want to use a sense of balance roll to basically land properly.
Not backflip.
You could backflip off the top, but it's mostly to make sure that you're landing properly. So it has more to do with your control.
I just have a higher rating on backflip.
That's why I figured you said backflip. Yeah. Yeah.
Backflip
I bet you
is.
can't I use language American? I have such
I was
a
going
high
to say
rating.
literacy
Yeah, like-
Spanish. That's
yeah,
probably
like-
throw that in.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Just
ridiculous.
pulls a backflip while screaming, "Hola, soy Dora." Soy Dora.
Yeah, there you go. You're not doing backflip though,
little
man.
bit of-
I want you to use sense of balance.
Oh, I was doing it with a little bit of panic.
I mean, you could do a backflip, I suppose, but it would look really weird. Yeah. So you drop down, you pass through the barrier that's preventing the sound and land on your feet, and immediately the juicer is like he's got his hands on a knife like a knife that's sheathed on his belt, and his other hand is going behind, reaching for his rifle. He hasn't drawn them just yet, but he's
Oh,
his eyes are on you, and he moved faster than you could see. Sir
oh, I
Luke,
see that. I don't like that. I'm gonna have to jump down to
I
help
don't
my
think
friend.
I don't think we can see that yet, though.
I can see it. I
Yeah.
can't hear anything.
you can't hear
Oh,
it.
we can't
but you
hear
guys
it,
can.
but we
Yeah,
can
see it.
you can totally see it.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
definitely gonna jump down to help my friend because that juicer is gonna do bad things, and I don't want that to happen to my friend.
All right, give me a sense of balance check.
Oh, I'm actually pretty good with this. Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I was good with climbing too.
We'll
so
see. Yeah.
Kiss of death.
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was going the other way.
No, we're good.
Yeah, you land beside Lex, rather gracefully, by the way, and
I gotta make it look like I do the superhero landing, but it's
Superhero,
all
yeah.
telekinetic, so there's
Superhero.
absolutely no difficulty about it.
And
So
I'll be giving the juicer the eye. It's like, don't fuck with us.
you like Iron Man this Senate? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, pretty much, except I'm not actually hitting the floor. Just kind
Okay.
of floating there.
Okay, you catch yourself just before it
Doctor
hits.
Strange, this is what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about doing a double backflip just because I won't be outperformed, but let's not be showy yet.
Okay, so anyway, you zoom in and land as well, and the juicer has his rifle, his hand moved from the once three of you showed up, his rifle's off his shoulder and in his hands pointed at you. He's basically got it stocked in his shoulder. He's looking, just kind of scanning the three of you like that, very quickly. Like he moves. It's almost like watching a bird or a fly move, right? Like
What kind of rifle is it?
juicers are known for their equipment. It's a JA-11 juicer assassin rifle. It's you wouldn't want to receive a shot from it. And he's like it, but the way he moves is just in like shutter steps. Like it's just like right, like he's moving like that. The line walker just kind of puts his hands together, fingertip to fingertip, and
You
says,
called me Doctor Strange. Look at this guy.
and he looks down at the man sitting at the makeshift desk and says, "I think they have a thing for theatrics." Of course, he's saying this from behind a gas mask, so he sounds a little, like, I think
Big
they have a
Bane.
thing for,
Yeah.
for theatrics, which is typically how Portland also sounds. when he's-
Beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thanks, man who talks through a crab.
that's right.
I know that reference.
Yeah, so that's where we will leave this for this time.
Oh, I know.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well done, boys. You climbed some boxes. But
Thank you.
for those of you that tuned in, and
Barely.
We
Fucking
did a-
barely.
We did a
Sorry to our
spectacular-
listeners that had to listen to them fumble over a fucking box.
I was ridiculous.
for those of you that joined us, thank you.
Listen, misdemeanor vandalism, you cool it back there.
For those of you that joined us, thank you. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Know when our next one's coming. We really appreciate you. Toss some comments down below. Join us on our Discord. I'm Magnum Pi. I'm here with Teku, Golgotha, Vahilo, and Dark Templar, and we are Initiative Zero.